Okay, so this is, I guess, a disclaimer. I shot this video a couple months back while I was on a camping trip and did a bunch of reviews on that trip. So I'm doing this little disclaimer because as of right now, there's a big controversy surrounding Schrade and one of their knives, the SCHF43, designed by Chris Tanner of Prepared Mind 101. Apparently, the new batch, they have changed the design. The knife was originally designed by Chris to have a flat saber grind, and for whatever reason, the new batch has a hollow grind on it. And there's been some controversy about the blade failing. There's even been some speculation that there's a heat treat issue. I'm not going to get into any of that. I don't own one of those knives, so I can't really speak to that. And you know, I don't know if it's a he said, she said. I have no idea. But this video is on the SCHF42, and I bought the knife used, so I don't really know how old it is or what production run was done. So this is just my take on this knife. I know a lot of people are having an issue with Schrade and are you know, kind of the mob mentality. They're refusing to buy from Schrade. Whatever. This is just my take on this knife, and hope you enjoy the video. What's up, everyone? PA Outdoors, back in becoming one of my favorite camping spots here. Just out on a day hike doing some testing, and I got another knife for you. This is the Schrade SCHF42 Griffin design. I actually picked this blade up used off of a guy in one of the Facebook groups I belong to. The only thing I did was I put micarta scales on it. These are the camo micarta scales from, who are they from? Who are they from? I'll get back to you because I don't remember. So this Schrade SCHF42, some quick specs on it. It is made of 1095 high carbon steel, like most Schrade knives are. Full tang design. Blade steel runs from tip to hilt. It does have an exposed hilt with some jimping right there, so you know you can crack walnuts, break rock if you want to. It came with just standard black Grivery handles. To me, they were very slippery. I did not like them at all. This micarta, it's not overly rough, but it definitely gives me at least a better purchase than the Grivery handles did. A little bit of jimping on the top, get you a good thumb purchase. It is, as you can see, a recurve design of blade. You know, a lot of people don't like it, mainly for the reason is that they're hard to sharpen. Yeah, you pretty much have to sharpen these on a rod. My Work Sharp field sharpener has that ceramic rod built into the side of it, and it works great. Like I said, I bought it used. It wasn't overly sharp, and I cleaned it up just with that field sharpener, and yeah, it'll do. It's pretty sharp. What do you get? You get a 5.5 inch blade length, just about 10 inches overall, just slightly under. Like I said, 1095. This is not a chopper. It batons wood okay. I've done it. It is, I'm not sure, it looks to be about 3/16 of an inch thick. I didn't check that on when I was looking specs up. The handles are removable. Just bolted on with some Allen screws, similar to Chicago screws. Where this knife does shine is carving. I'm not sure how well this is going to carve. This is just a old branch off of a cedar tree that was dead standing. Oh, it does come with a black leather sheath, very basic leather sheath, and guess what? Right-handed only. I had to make one. So let me reposition this camera and see how well we can carve here. The spine is pretty good 90 degree. Does a really good job of removing bark. It'll strike a ferro rod. Yeah, that did a real good job on this dead cedar. Alright, so doing a pretty good job on this cedar. Just wish cedar wasn't so knotty. Not bad, but knotty. You know, knots. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is a great carving knife, and that recurve design, that really helps you with getting curls. You know, when you're making like a feather stick, what gives you the curls is the rounded edge of the blade. And this recurve, just having a natural kind of curl to it, the curve to it, gives you some really nice feathers. I'm very happy with that. Pretty sure that would light right up. Not sure how dry it is. We'll give it a shot here. Fire pit right next to me. Wants to. There we go. Oh, why not? It was close. We got smoke. That's alright. This really wasn't about making a fire with a feather stick. It's more about the capability of the knife. I've owned a couple of Schrade blades, mainly the 36, which the more I use knives, the more I get out in the woods. You know, I'm not a big fan of overly thick blades. I think the 36 is 1/4 of an inch thick. It's a big chunk of steel, and it's a good knife. I'm not going to take anything away from that knife. But it's kind of collecting dust now. I actually had a BK2, same thing, 1/4 of an inch thick, just a giant hunk of steel. I sold it. Not anything against the blade, it just wasn't for me. These smaller, thinner blades, for what I do in the woods, they work out better for me. And this is probably the thickest blade that interests me. The 3/16 of an inch. This one, the Gerber Strong Arm. Those are about the thickest I'm going to go with. I've got an axe, I've got a saw. I don't need a chopper. I'm not a big fan of the one tool option. So that's it. That's the SCHF42. They do make the SCHF42D, which doesn't have, well, I've heard a lot of people say it doesn't have the recurve at all, but it does have a slight recurve to it, but it's definitely more of a straight blade edge. So much easier to sharpen. Other than that, the knives are identical, the D and this one, other than the D doesn't have the big recurve. I think like 40 bucks or so, without the micarta. Alright, this is PA Outdoors. Thanks for watching. Remember to get out, like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel. Get out there, enjoy yourselves, but remember, be safe out there. Thanks for watching.